Good morning, children. So, in this part, we will continue with the topic trial balance from the chapter Accounting Books and Statements that we were doing in the previous video. So, let us continue.
Now, there are certain points to remember in case of trial balance as well. Number one, trial balance is prepared on a particular date, and that's why we say that trial balance is a statement, not an account. Or we can say that at the end of an accounting year. Number two, the debit should always be equal to its credit. In case if they are not equal, we need to recheck the trial balance, and any difference will be transferred to suspense account on the side of deficiency. So that means we know very well that the debit side of the trial balance should always be equal to credit. So if at all, in a rare case, if at all the debit side and the credit side both are not equal, then in that case what you need to do is, first of all, you need to recheck whether everything you have posted correctly or not. And if on rechecking, even if you're not able to find the mistake, then what you can do is you can transfer the difference or the deficient amount on the side wherever it is deficient. Suppose if the credit side is greater than is coming more than the debit side, then the deficient amount will be obviously posted on the debit side. On the other hand, if the debit side is more than the credit side, then obviously the deficient amount will be posted on the credit side. So this is regarding the amount. And in which name you will write, you will transfer it to a separate account, suspense account, so as you can prepare, you can move ahead with the preparation of final accounts, and then afterwards obviously you can rectify these errors. Then point number 3, when the value of closing stock and opening stock both is given in the question. If one stock is given, you will write. But if the value of both the opening as well as the closing stock is given in the question, we will record only the opening stock inside the trial balance on the debit side. And closing stock will not be shown in the trial balance, rather it will be shown as a footnote outside the trial balance on the assumption that it has not been adjusted. So if opening stock and closing stock both are given in the question, opening stock you will show inside the trial balance on the debit side, since stock is an asset, and the closing stock will be shown outside the trial balance as a footnote, as a note. You will not show the closing stock account in such a case inside the trial balance on the assumption that it has still not been adjusted. Then fourth point, when the cost of goods sold, that is COGS, is given in the question, in such a case the value of opening stock will not be shown in the trial balance because it is already included in COGS. So if cost of goods sold, opening stock and closing stock, all these three are given in the question, then in that case you will show closing stock and you will show cost of goods sold inside the trial balance on the debit side, but you will not show closing stock, you will not show opening stock in the trial balance, because opening stock is already included in cost of goods sold. So if you record opening stock once again, then opening stock will have a overlapping effect, that means it will be recorded twice. On the other hand, closing stock will be shown in the trial balance on the debit side, since it has been deducted and adjusted from COGS. COGS will be shown on the debit side of the trial balance. COGS stands for cost of goods sold, and why we are saying that opening stock is a part of COGS, closing stock is not included in COGS, you can just understand it with the formula. COGS, or cost of goods sold, is equal to opening stock plus net purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So you can very well see that we are adding opening stock and we are deducting closing stock. Therefore, when opening stock, closing stock and cost of goods sold, all three are given in the question, you will record closing stock inside the trial balance on the debit side because it is not included in COGS. You will record COGS on the debit side of the trial balance, but you will not record opening stock anywhere because it is already included in COGS. If you show it separately, it will be recorded twice. And where what is meant by net purchases, where net purchases means purchase minus purchase return, this you have already learned in the chapter final accounts. Point number 5, when trial balance is prepared out of balances and not from preparing ledger account, that means no ledger accounts have been given to you, you're just informed that land 50,000, cash 20,000, capital 30,000, etc. Then in such case you will apply the rule which we have already discussed beforehand, that all assets, expenses and losses will be shown on the debit side, because we know that all assets, expenses and losses carry a debit balance, and all incomes and gains will be shown on the credit side, because we know that all liabilities, incomes and gains carry a credit balance. So let us discuss an example. Prepare a trial balance from the following ledger balances for the year ending on 31st March 2018. As you can see, debtor 50,000, we know that debtor is an asset, so this 50,000 will be posted on the debit side of the trial balance. Cash 1 lakh, again cash is an asset, it will be posted on the debit side. Capital 40,000, capital we know is a liability, it will be posted on the credit side. Creditors 60,000, we know creditors is a liability, again it will be posted on the credit side. Rent 1,000. Now if it is rent paid, then it will be posted on the debit side because it is an expense. If it is rent received, it will be posted on the credit side because it is an income. But here only the word rent is given. In such cases, in case of nominal account, unless and until the word received is given, if the question is silent regarding whether it is paid or received, then we assume it to be paid. So here rent rupees 1,000 will assume to be rent paid, and therefore being an expense, it will be posted on the debit side of the trial balance. Same goes with commission also. Commission rupees 500, since you are not informed whether it is commission paid or commission received, so in the absence of any such information, we'll assume it to be commission paid and will be posted on the debit side because it will be considered as an expense. Then interest received rupees 200. Now interest received is an income because the word received is given, so it will be posted on the credit side. That's 200. Discount credit, that means it is the credit balance of discount. And when is discount having a credit balance? When it is discount received, so it will be posted on the credit side, 500. Opening stock and closing stock both are given, so in such case you will just record the opening stock 10,000 on the debit side inside the trial balance, and you will not record closing stock, it will be shown outside the trial balance as a footnote. So let us have a look at the solution, children. Trial balance as at 31st March 2018, be very particular with it, children. Name of accounts, ledger folio, debit balance, credit balance. Debtor 50,000, cash 1 lakh debit side, capital 40,000 credit side, creditors 60,000 credit side because it is a liability. Rent and commission are assumed to be paid, so on the debit side we have shown 1,500. Interest received 200 on the credit side, discount 500 on the credit side, opening stock 10,000. And after totaling the debit and the credit side, we found out that debit side is more than the credit side, and after rechecking also we did not find any error. So what we have done for the time being, we have transferred the deficient, the difference amount of 60,800 to suspense account. As you can see, the 10th item, suspense account, balancing figure 60,800 on the credit side we have shown, because then only the debit and the credit side will become equal. How we have got 60,800? The total of the highest column, that is debit column, minus the total of the lesser column, credit column in this case. So whichever account, whichever balance is coming less, whichever column is coming less, the deficient amount will be put on that particular column. And ultimately we will show the total for the time being 1,61,500. So this is the question when you are being given the ledger balances and you just need to prepare the accounts. You need to prepare the trial balance. Now the next new point which is there in the case of trial balance is redrafting a correct trial balance from an incorrect trial balance. That means an incorrect trial balance must be given to you, where some aspects have been recorded correctly and some are recorded incorrectly. You need to prepare a correct trial balance. So in that case, what you will do, those items which are posted correctly, you will copy it as it is, and those items which are posted incorrectly, you will post it correctly, and then you will total it. For example, following trial balance is prepared by an inexperienced accountant, you are required to redraft it correctly. Trial balance as at 31st March 2018. Name of accounts, debtor, where should we post the amount? On the debit side, because debtor is an asset, the amount is posted on the debit side. That means this is posted correctly. So while redrafting the trial balance, once again you will just copy it as it is. Then second item, cash. Cash is an asset, the amount should be on the debit side, but here it has been posted on the credit side wrongly. So while preparing the correct trial balance, while redrafting the trial balance, you will post the amount of 10,000 on the debit side. Then capital is a liability. The amount should be on the credit side, but wrongly it has been posted on the debit side. So while redrafting the correct trial balance, you will post this amount of 50,000 on the credit side. Then creditors, the amount should be on the credit side. It is very well on the credit side only. That means it is correct. But don't leave this out. You just copy it as it is on the credit side while redrafting the trial balance. Then the last one, rent. Again, the question is silent whether it is paid or received, so you will assume it to be paid. And rent paid is an expense. It should be on the debit side, and it is very much on the debit side. That means this was correct. So you will post it as it is. You will copy it while redrafting the trial balance. So as you can see, this is the redrafted, the correct trial balance prepared by us. Trial balance as at 31st March 2018. Name of accounts, debtor 50,000 on the debit side. Cash we have done posted correctly, 10,000 on the debit side. Capital we have posted correctly now, 50,000 on the credit side. Creditors we have copied as it is because it was correct, 20,000 on the credit side. And rent again 10,000 on the debit side. And then we have total, the total is coming equal 70,000 and 70,000. So I hope the topics which we have discussed in part 1 and part 2 is clear to you.